Hi, this is Rosie, and this is discussion number 5. And I'm doing this video on the qualitative analysis of the domestic violence or growing up in domestic violence and what does maternal protectiveness mean. And as I read it, I realized that this was all a conversation between adult children who went through domestic violence with their mothers, and the discussion was based on what kind of maternal protectiveness did they actually receive from their moms. And the person, the researcher was an observationist, I want to say. And he described, or whoever the researcher was, described patterns of the relationships, the continuing relationship that has been going on since as an adult. And there are some who actually are still close with their mothers, and some that aren't, and some who resent their moms, and some who blame their mothers for not having that maternal protectiveness or leaving their abuser. The coding that was used for this research assignment or design was, they basically put maternal protectiveness as, well, the variable is actually the domestic violence, but the maternal protectiveness comes under whether it was coded however they wanted to do it, in terms of whether the mom stood in between the abuser and the kids, or protected them by sending them to families or friends' houses, or putting them in their rooms and make sure that they were out of the sight of the abuser. Protected them when the abuser would try to abuse the children, and in most cases the kids still got abused. Well, there were some cases where the kids still got abused, and sometimes, and some of these stories that I was reading about were that some of the kids actually took part of the abuse as well, in yelling at their moms or telling her what to do. And they did not have respect for their moms. So those are the codings that the research people who did this analysis, that's how they coded it. And it follows them, I guess. And so now when they interviewed these kids at the time, but they're actually adults now, then when they interviewed these adults, they were able to track, whether they're still talking to their moms or not. So I'll talk more about this in the discussion post.